Okay. He's 4-betting like tens here plus against us. He's calling 3-bet with like 7-8 suited and stuff. King Jack suited. So I don't think this guy will turn like King Jack into the bluff or King 10 into bluff or stuff like that. I think he's gonna call against us. We are 3-betting a lot, so I just think he's gonna call that hands. Go exploitively here because we're against 2 fishes to bet 1/3 just to see what they have. Usually in the multi-way pots I'm never betting 1/3 in the single raise pots, but this time against fish I think it's okay to bet wider for value and protection. Against strikes you need to also have a good check range. 3-9 I'm gonna fold and get the trips. I'm gonna check raise smaller here, like a queen, king, queen, queen, jack type. I'm not gonna be polarized in this spot. I'm just gonna go like this. He needs to defend really light here. Of course all pairs, but okay. I didn't play with him. I don't think we have we don't even have any history. And of course we are mixing the sizes, so I'm gonna do sometimes this with the set, and but I'm less polarized here. I'm betting like queen for I'm check raising queen, queen for value, so I'm not folding queen to a 3-bet, especially on that size. So I'm gonna bet here, check 3-bet here. Let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna go for a little bigger size. Let's put him a range. Okay. So his range here is pairs like 5s plus, I would say. 4s. I didn't see that he called like deuces. He did call some ace king. We don't have king queen off in this spot, so I'm gonna have a check range also here. I'm gonna bet. He folds a lot on delays, so now we are just betting a jack x. We just need to rep jack x now. So if we want to have a size, we just want to have an overbet size, because we are not betting here now in this spot. We are not betting hands like queens. Especially we are not betting queens. So we can have like overbet size and one smaller size like size for aces, but if you have aces, what's gonna call you? So I don't think we can ever like having other size than overbet and check range here. And we're gonna check like kings, queens, aces, and we're gonna bet our jacks. We're gonna bluff our bluffs, and that's it. We just have to have overbet size and the check, and that's it. I don't see any point of other size, so we are having jack this time. We're gonna overbet it, and that's pretty much it. What we're gonna do. We can mix between check raising this and check calling. I'm gonna check raise this time. This guy will stab like every pair. He's gonna call probably every pair. I'm gonna fall against the fish here. Not a great spot here. And this guy seems like a passive fish. I'm calling here against this size because if he's like wrapping a set or something, he should be jamming the river. I don't see many two pairs here when he called a small blind, so I think it's clear call in this spot. He has two pair. Okay, I'm gonna go with a hand here. Even when he's toned down on the turn, I'm not sure what's going on, because when he check raise, he's like, I don't see the point of this size. It doesn't have any sense. But okay. On the river, I'm calling against that size. I'm overbetting here. Yep, I just don't see what we can do here. I mean, we are betting, he's betting 1/3 there, we have top pair, top kicker. I'm not sure in what range he's betting, but he needs to bet big. He bet on the turn half pot also, we're not folding 10x there. Fold here. Maybe. Yeah, but he's a fish. But I just don't understand the size. I mean, you have two pairs, you're just gonna bet big turn and jam the river. But I just don't see 1/3. We have all the over pairs. You want to max weight. We want to have bluff equity with the bluffs, because against that size, I'm never folding anything. So if you're bluffing with queen jack, how can you? Or jack 9, I don't know. Okay, let's add another one. There's a table, there's a table. I'm not sure why in my phone it says the broadcast has ended. Not sure why. here it seems like we are streaming. I'm gonna see again what is the problem. And are we back? Yep, we are back. Okay. I'm gonna make a quick bedroom break. Quick. And we are back. I'm gonna play a bit more. Up. Okay, I make it on time. That's it. Okay, playing here. Let's go. I'm in the mood to play. Okay, it seems like 40% here, maybe even more. And that seems that he has like king 9, queen 9, jack 9 type of hands. 8, 10 I saw that he has in the range. I don't think he's floating much on 1/3, so his floats like hand like ace jack. And that's it. He's gonna have a lot of 10x's. Check raise strength is weaker. Okay, we don't have to do anything. I'm gonna squeeze there. And let's see how he plays here. Okay. Grant is calling a 3-bet. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so he's having a call 3-bet range, so okay. And this is the perfect spot for us. But the guy didn't even 4-bet this. He called the 3-bet. I don't have a call 3-bet range at all, and I think it's low. It's really bad. But let's see what the guy usually call 3-bet with. So he's squeezing like ace king aces, but called 4-bet. Call 3-bet with 9s. So he's having like 9s, 10s. That middle part of range call. I don't like that. Okay, we're gonna go for a 4-bet here. Can we go a little? I'm gonna go smaller. Okay, 1/3 here. He's folding a lot in this sample. Okay, 1/3 here. 30% only open against us, so maybe I shouldn't go for my usual range when the range is like that. But okay, I guess it's okay. Now that we are not putting it on the YouTube, we can add the music if you want. So tell me in the chat if you want music. We can do it. We can add music. but it will be Croatian music mostly. You can see what is cool in Croatia and how Croatian songs are great. Three betting, this guy doesn't fold much in the three bet in this sample, we're just gonna see. But he's tighter, that means not that he's calling three bet with the garbage, that just that he's tighter. So he's gonna have, okay, floating here. I'm gonna go like this. Wrapping like a queen X here. Okay. We have table. It's really good. We have the table. We have the table. It's a joy to play on stars. So good. You're gonna see iPoker and other sites not so good. In iPoker they're like scripts and you just can get into the tables. That's the main reason I quit playing there. I hate there. I hate when you watch the table and somebody is sitting immediately. That doesn't happen to stars. Good old, you wait and click, wait and click. There's no easy way. So it's really good. I don't think, I mean, I think that the scripts are just awful and it's tilting me a lot, but what can you do? Everybody on iPoker has them, or most reg has them, so I guess it's fair to them but it's not fair to other people. Fish don't have them, I don't have them, but okay. On Winning Poker Network, the one thing I don't like is the time. There's no big time bank like here, and on Super Sport you have 1 minute time bank, but not here, not there. So this is the reason why I don't like it. And on the Chinese GG Network and stuff, I hate the software. The software is terrible, unplayable in my opinion, ugly, and I would just never play there just because of that. We're gonna have a low c-bet range there, maybe even check range is okay. Okay, and again we're gonna do what we did. We're gonna bet 1/3 for value and protection. We have both calls. The range is pretty much any playable hand. I think we are good here. Okay. Jack 9 will open. I would say this guy's also fish. I'm gonna tribute this. Okay, I'm gonna check behind here. Sixes are check on the turn. Let's see the range that he's calling. He's not calling at all, it seems. Nines. We must admit that his range here is stronger than average one. Okay, 1/3 here. We're gonna see now what he does. He's probably folding all the pockets below 10, so maybe calling like with the club. At this spot, I mean, I see that he's falling so much, his range is stronger than average. We are also blocking the hands we want him to fold, to have to fold on the turn and or on the river. Fours are always a call. 12%, 8 plus here. He has ace jack also in the range, so he received this board 100%. I think I'm gonna bet now. If we can fold out like pocket sevens with the club, it's really good. So I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna bet smaller. We are wrapping like ace x, so that hand is always a call. But we also want him to fold like sevens, fold like 10x, 9-10 type of hand. He's gonna have also like king 9 of flush draw type of hand, king 8 suited maybe. I don't think that he would call with every queen x also, so I feel like it's okay. I mean, we have to bluff the hand because we are c-betting that board 100% and we have like all the ace x hands. But when he has a hand like that, it's always a call, and it's not important by that stand because that hand is a call. I would like him to see what he will do with sevens there, what he's going to do with 10x there, what he's going to do with queen x, and that's the main question, not this. But I didn't like the spot. Honestly, I didn't like the spot on the turn to continue bluffing with usually a pretty okay hand to bluff. But not in this spot. Okay. Ace 5 like this. 60%, so all suited hands he's gonna have. Okay, he's having 5-7 off, so it's wider than 60%. It's near 70%, like 4-6 off, 5-7 off, stuff like that. We're gonna start to 3xing. 3-bet 9s. We're gonna include our breakthrough heads up stars had. And let's see what we have on him. Okay. Okay, these guys. Okay, maybe he won't play. So I don't need to turn the HUD around just to keep it like this. Okay, we're gonna bet here. This guy is not floating anything here, he's just calling pairs and equity hands, so it's easy to play. Sikachu is telling that he's enjoying my commentary. Great, nice to hear it. Ace 9 off is easy call. We're gonna raise it up here. This board, he would he's gonna c-bet a lot with the hands that he shouldn't. And he needs to also have a high check raise frequency here, so we're gonna use a smaller size in this spot. We're gonna do like this. Folding. let's see just how much he's calling in this spot. Let's see the hands that he did call with. Seems like he's calling like 50% of hands, which is like all aces, king 9 off, like queen 9 off, jack deuce suited plus. He's probably not calling the right amount based on stats. I mean, it's only 200 hands, but it's okay. He's gonna have like 7, 8, 8, 9 type of in his range still. About 4x, he's gonna have like ace 4 and suited versions of 4x, and he's probably stabbing that. 33% is his stab range. We're gonna delay. He's folding a lot of delays, so his range is weak when he's checking here. We're gonna bet small. That's the reason why we're betting for protection mainly in value, but I don't think we're gonna get much value because he's gonna fold a lot. Ace 5 is a call. 3-8 like this. I'm gonna open every hand. And when I play heads up, I get distracted from other tables. That's the reason why when I play heads up, I only like to play heads up, but I think it's okay. We can do it. We're gonna... Okay, there was like all in here. We didn't see. The guy had ace 4. Let's see what happened. I'm gonna use bigger size. Oh, he 3-betted. He bet the pretty weird size. And he checked behind here. Insane. The guy bluffed here. Okay, good. Everything is okay. Really, really interesting hand the guy did check. Breakthrough stars. Okay, we have everything. Okay, the guy did check behind there. Okay, I guess it's okay, check. This guy bluff ship. Okay, I think it's good play with his part also. He has a lot of straights. Okay, we're gonna bluff here. I'm gonna call here. I'm gonna quickly call because I didn't have time. Check here. Yep, I feel like his bet was protection. Now we're betting for value. Check behind. Check behind. I think we are good here. I'm gonna raise for value and protection. Queen 9 is a check. I'm gonna check really big here on this board. Blind versus blind. I'm gonna bet small. He's folding 79% here. Pretty good hand. Now we hit that 10 a lot. I'm gonna have also flusher a lot. And I'm just gonna bet normal size here. Normal, I'm gonna bet smaller. Because we're gonna mainly against 6x, and against 6x we want to value bet like this. I'm not gonna overbet. I'm gonna overbet some type of hands, but I feel this is okay to bet smaller because I wanted to bet 10x in this spot. I wanted to rep 10x type of hand, or 8x like ace 8, but the guy had ace 8, and I think even ace 8 is a real good call. fold. I'm gonna fold it here. Okay, somebody has come and it will be okay. Bigger size. This type, I think he's a reg at 2218. It seems like also a tight reg. He can easily have ace here, so when he's calling, I think he's mainly calling with ace x. This type of player, so I think it's okay here. To bet bigger, not smaller. Let's do this here. Limping, let's see what he's limping. He never limped. Okay, he raised limp with ace to ace, so he did limp. No, he did limp 4 out of 41 times. So he did limp, but I don't see the hands that he had. So I'm not sure what type of the range is limping there. Let's see here what we know. I want to remember now when we are playing here. Okay, this guy, when I three-bet him button versus cutoff, shoved on me 100 blinds with threes. Okay. Okay, and he used big sizes when he was bluffing. That's all we know. Okay, 8.8. Call here with a7. I'm not gonna bluff with ace high. Calling with the king queen. Suited 4-bet. He did 4-bet once out of 3 times only. And I don't like this big size here. I think we could fold on the flop because his bluffs are like hands like ace jack, ace 10. So we could fold against this size on the flop. I'm checking here aces and kings on this board. In these positions. He donked, okay, and bet the turn. I don't have stats here. I'd say that 6-7 is really bad hand to have. Okay. He should ship every hand in his range. Ace 3 fold. I think I should fold at 6-7. It's a really bad hand, but it's good I didn't fold because the other option I had in my head was to shove, just because we have many 10x hands. Yeah, but he did bet big there, so he can like bet 10x here like this. Okay, that's good. I didn't ship, so okay. Like I said, I'm not having a call range, so I'm forfeiting or folding here, but this guy seems really tight, and I'm not sure. I wanted to call for it, and I think I should have, but I run out of the time. We're gonna face a four bet here, I feel. Yep. Ace king. Okay, he bluffed. Pretty big size for a bluff. Check here. I'm gonna have check range here against. I'm gonna check raise this. I think ace king is too strong to bluff. I think he's like calling really. It's mainly pocket pairs, and he's not stabbing much. He's gonna check like here 4, 5s, 7s, and that type of hands. He's gonna check it, and I'm really interested to see what he had, because when I see king queen off, so yep, it's really strange when I see this type of stats that he's calling him, but he probably see us like that he can call against us. Okay, we're gonna 3-bet here. 5-10 call. Instant ship. Can I get the instant ship now? Okay. We're gonna see if we're gonna call or ship. Okay, because he's not forfeiting a lot, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna ship because I don't think he has. Okay, he tried to bluff. If I thought that he's like capable of making, he didn't make one 4-bet. This is the first 4-bet in 1, 5, 17 times. If I had a feeling that he's 4-betting light, I would just call with the kings. For example, I would call him with the kings, but I thought that he's having a hand that he will go with. just based that he didn't 4-bet at all. But I'm usually splitting. I'm calling kings like 50-50, calling aces most of the times. Shipping ace king most of the times, calling sometimes with ace king suited, but mostly shipping ace king off. Aces are just too good to shove, I think. And pretty much it's important when we play the way we play, because we call 4-bet truly light, and you want to have let's see here how much he's falling to an overbet. And he's calling orbits like with really weak draws, so I'm gonna orbit here like this. I'm gonna jam here. I mean, if we are bluffing here, we are jamming, so there's no point of anything else than jam here. He's gonna call with all draws. He's gonna have sometimes ace of clubs, that's good for us, but we're gonna mainly jam. Okay. I'm gonna relax a bit. Betting half here, delaying it. If you will be with me watching me play, you're gonna see the difference between the sides. That's what I was talking about on the Zoom challenge. There's a big difference in sides, even in the same limits. For example, Richie Chichi, the guy that asked here on the chat, that was talking, he plays 200 and 400 on iPoker with me, and he's much better than the Rex here on, a lot better. So there's a difference definitely between sides. And I think the most, I don't know still how it's on Winning Poker Network, and that's what I'm interested in, because I know that a lot of players has because of the new program of the Winning Poker Network called the Beast, where you basically get every week to $1,250 if you play every day. A lot of players has transferred there, so I want to see how are things going there. On PokerStars you don't get anything, but the software is just too good and everything is too good to not play here. If you're playing for pleasure and for fun, definitely the best place to play. Let's see his calling range. He probably has all the pairs here. He did call with the ace king, he did call with the ace jack off, so probably like all pairs, ace jack off plus like king 9 suited. Okay. In my opinion, I don't understand why other sites doesn't just copy the software from PokerStars. Or make it similar, not exactly the same, because just on the stars it's just too good, and it has sense to copy it. think this guy is a fish. I'm not gonna raise. This guy didn't bluff ace-4, which I think he should have. This guy is calling every hand in his range, basically. And also I'm gonna show you difference between the program in PokerStars and the Winning Poker Network, because there's a lot of difference. We have cool graphs here that can show you everything in quickly, and you quickly understand all the hands in his range. When you click here, it shows you the hand range. And I like this pop-up. I want to show you this pop-up is the best pop-up in the game. This is multiplayer pop-up, so everything you need to know how people play multi-way, SPFR, S-callers, and 3-bet pots. And also this pop-up, pardon me, this one is how people play deep. This is like effectively for Zoom players, because in Zoom you play a lot of deep, and you want to know how they play deep, how much they 3-bet deep, how much they call 3-bet, with which hands they're calling, how much they're falling, does they float you a lot in 3-bet pots. It's all things you would like to know. We're going to 3-bet Dayang, definitely. Okay, 50%. He's calling like ace-5 here, ace-deuce. I don't think this type of person is floating king 10, or even on the 1/3. Call from a small blind, 21%. Mainly pairs. He's 3-betting king queen, which is important. He's now calling. We're gonna go to the pop-up multi-way just to see how much he's falling out of position. Check falls 60%. So he's not calling like 4s and 5s in this spot. So when he's calling probably queen x. I don't know which type of queen x he can have, like maybe queen 10 suited, queen, which is block. Maybe queen jack off. Yep, he can have queen jack off. And the other guy that's falling 67% is calling. So somebody's going to have queen here. And we're not going to continue with this hand. Jack 10 is much better call. Much better bluff if we just want to bluff in this spot than this. When he's calling small blind and fish is there, I think he's going to be strong. And we're going to call. How did okay he opened. I thought that we could open it on cutoff, but we didn't have that opportunity. Okay, let's see here button versus middle position. 10%. We see a lot of hands that can call a 4-bet because he's folding 86% of it. But just table, because in the dynamics we had, I'm gonna 4-bet it. Yeah, it's okay to call it. I would rather call queens. Just based on dynamics, I'm gonna do it. Let's see with what he's calling a 4-bet. He's calling a 4-bet. Okay, half of the time. We are betting this 100% because of our range. We're gonna have some king queen off, like some ace queen off. We should have against him. I would have some of the ace queen off, like half of it. So we're gonna bet 1/3 here. Let's see, he's calling of the 4-bet. When he did call, he's falling 40%. That indicates that I don't think he's folding tens here with the 1/3. But that's the main question, is he folding tens there or nines? I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna call. If I saw that he did bet turn, bet step flop, bet turn, I would check raise it. And I'm afraid that now he's like wrapping only 7x and maybe queen jack. Okay, but he has bluffs, so we're gonna call it. He has aces. We need to call this. I don't think that he's stabbing queen x on the turn. He shouldn't, but he's now betting it, so he's wrapping like a full house now. Or straight. I think we're gonna have really many queen x here, because we're gonna always have it, because when he's stab we're always calling queen. I would call on queen x, so I don't think we can shove. But I think we have a full house here. We have queen 9 suited and king queen, so I didn't play with this guy, but I think this guy's a fish. I'm pretty sure of it. I didn't ever play with him. The stats for now shows that. So I would say that he's probably a fish. Let's see what I have on this guy. Okay. One cool raid I have on him. This guy is sit outing. He'll probably quit, because we are deep and we are tributing him constantly. And now when he 4-bets, we don't have a fold button anymore, because we are 200 blinds deep, and now he can 4-bet bluff us off. Because when I'm 3-betting hands, I'm not gonna fold it on 4-bet. 200 blinds deep in position ever. Especially when I know how people play and I have stats on them. And definitely aces are not that powerful anymore. And people pot control that 4-bet pots with deep like crazy. And even like a hand like ace king, it's hard to play for them in 4-bet pot. So they are like calling 3-bet with ace king deep, which I think is a big mistake. And they are like 4-betting ace jack. And then when they 4-bet, most of their range is like bluff heavy, just because of that. Because they will call queens, but they will bluff ace queen. They will call ace king, but they will bluff like ace jack. I don't know, like then like king jack suited, what we saw. So there's two strategies in that spot. The first strategy is when they 4-bet you, you don't ever have a 5-bet range. You call with all hands you are playing, aces, kings, everything you call, just call. And the other play is to have a big to have a 5-bet range and to turn the hands in the 5-bet range, but when you are deep. So the better strategy for me is to, you know, to just call 4-bet with everything, and you just can play your range in that spot. Okay, we're gonna go here to see how much he 3-bets when we are deep. It's valuable information. So he's 3-betting 17% in position deep. He didn't 3-bet us deep, but that doesn't mean he's doing it okay. So I'm gonna just call. He's spot controlling a lot. We're gonna bet here. We will check raise that board, of course. We have all the sets. I would check raise even tens there, jacks for protection value. So it's not bad. Bad spot to be. And I'm also really looking forward for that Hem 3 update. It will be crazy. Holder Manager 3 is much better. The time has just passed for Holder Manager 2. It's not now. It's just old and it's not the best. It's a lot slower than other competition, and even I like it. It's just when I had like Holder Manager 1 and transferred to Holder Manager 2, it was tough. I couldn't. I really liked the surface on Holder Manager 1, and it was tough. But now Holder Manager 3 will be so much better. It will be easier. Okay, we are calling 8-9. Even I think it's better call like 6-7, 5-6, 3-5 off than this one. I'm gonna try to go to the showdown with this. I'm gonna fold against 3x and not full stack. Is this fold? Early open limp and 3-bet ace-8 suited. So this guy has like some weird range of it. I'm just gonna go. Basically, if I'm doing like 30, I'm committing myself. So I think we can even shove. Because we are not folding when he shoves, so. And we just need to do it. So I think it's like better to shove it. You see what he's doing. Just better to ship it off, and that's it. And we're gonna lose this one. I don't think he has many ace-x hands. He's gonna call queen x there on the turn, and I don't see many ace-x except ace-king maybe, but okay. But mainly when he's calling overbet, he's gonna have queen x. He's folding so a lot, so he won't call there with I don't know, ace-5. He's not gonna call that type of hand, so he's not gonna have many ace-x. He's gonna have ace-10, which we are blocking and which he's probably betting, and ace-king, which I guess he would bet. So, but at least sometimes, so it's okay. I think ace-king will be call it like every time. Against 55%, it's a call. Okay. Betting half here. We don't want to have overbet range in this spot, just because he's not capped. He's gonna have king 10 probably off, and we just can have an overbet range in this spot when he's not capped. So he's gonna have like even more straights than me is gonna have, because he's probably even calling a10. So I'm gonna bet normal here at this size, and I'm betting here queen x also. Again, we don't have, I mean, we can have overbet range here, but I'll just do it the normal way to protect my normal range. So I want to bet aces here against this type of player, and I'm gonna bet smaller with the king 10. So if he raises, we have protection of the range. Okay, this guy opened. Let's see what he's calling with. Seems like all pairs, king queen off. Okay, he's having like an ace jack here, king queen off. He's folding 40%. He's gonna call every pair here. He's gonna have queen x off. That's not the greatest. I think we need to check a lot in this. In particular, this of the turn. Ace 10, I will be floating. I'm just thinking about now of the range and of the hand, so I want to bet. Bet here. I'm gonna 3-bet here. I'm just thinking about the size. We want to bet ace king here, and I don't think this guy will check raise bluff us. I'm gonna bet half. I'm basically repping ace king here. Pretty good. He's repping king queen here. Or set. I really like the size on the river here. I really like the size. I was just thinking what I want to bet, and I think we played the hand perfectly in this spot. And I don't like the size that he used. I think he needs to shove there, and that's it. Mixing between four betting and calling it. It's fall on this flop. Bobita, thank you, man, and good night. I'm going to bed also soon, but I'm just enjoying to play. I really enjoy playing. 42%, falling a lot on 3 bets. I'm gonna go more polarized and calling like hands like this against this type of the player, because you don't want to 3-bet 8-9 like all of them. You want to like 3-bet hand like 2-9 suited, 3-8 suited and stuff like that, and be more polarized on the strong hands, really strong hands, and garbage, because calling 2-9 against like 26% is not greatest, and folding the ace 10 off and ace jack off out of his range is really beneficial for that hands. So more polarized definitely than 8-9 suited, even we want to 3-bet it sometimes. We're gonna call 1/8 of the pot. I'm not gonna rep ace king to this guy, even with the 8s are really good to bluff, but I'm not gonna do it. I just don't see which king we have here. Yes, I just don't see any king. I'm not raising. Let's see what I remember what I know about him. Okay, I remembered. I'm gonna check behind. Okay, we are calling here. Let's sit here. Checking. I think ace king is really good check on that type of board. Sometimes having it in the range is really good. Maybe we have other tables. Okay, maybe John Travolta will play. Let's sit here, that it would be justifiable, not always have position if we go 6 max. Pop, 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 pop. Let's see if there's okay, there's a table. There is a table. There will be a table. We're gonna leave here. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna go here. Okay, so we are ready. Opening this, calling. He's gonna call wider in this spot because we are deeper. Basically, I see 50% here, but he's gonna have, I think, wider. He's folding a lot on delays, not in position that much. Check, check, call, delay. Okay, mainly draws that he got on the turn. That's mainly his range. I'm gonna raise it up here. A little more polarized. We're gonna overbet here. Seven ten will be check here. I also think that showing a program on Supersport, it will be super fun because the time bank on Supersport is 1 minute, and it will be really good to we have all the time in the world to know exactly what type of hand he has, and that would be cool, really good. On Winning Poker Network, the time is a lot shorter. I feel like this guy has like sixes in this spot. Threes. What the fish had? A6. Against us 35%, so we won't play against ace-8 of plus with the jack-8 even. It's my normal defend, but against normal players. And like stuff like that you won't find. This guy is a decent player, I would say average player, but on iPoker the players are stronger. You will gonna see that the players are stronger. Much stronger, so NL 200 here and on iPoker I think a lot stronger on iPoker. So okay. But I guess that's what you can expect because on iPoker players have rakeback, and that only because of that there's a lot more players, a lot of good rakes playing more there, because fish see commercial on stars and they just want to play on stars, but on iPoker there's a lot more, I think, rakes, and that's why it's like that. But that's only my opinion. So I also said that about Zoom 100 when I made the challenge. I'm gonna fold against 5%, and probably deeper it's even lower. It's 0% when we are deep, so I'm just gonna fold it. 7.8 here. I think it's okay size. Okay, cold call, let's see here. That is the guy I told that he probably has a hand if he 4-bets. and he didn't have a hand. He folded to ship. I think now I would just call with the kings if he 4-betted. And we have two options here. We can go polarized, and I like that option. The first option is to go polarized here and bet and shove the turn. And the other option is to go 1/3 and be less polarized and bet wider. I decided this was better option because of the fish in it. And like I said, when you're multi-way, the rangers needs to be stronger and the size needs to be larger. Just main on that, I decided to go polarized and bet big. The guy probably had a draw. And we're gonna have like many hands like king jack suited, ace jack suited. I mean, especially king jack just wants to fold equity much as possible. So we just sort of arrange in two type of sizes. First is big size, other is small size. So small size can go aces, can go ace queen, can go queens, tens, and big size can go kings that badly need protection and big draws. And I think we are good. Ace king would go into the small size. I'm gonna call here. And against him I'm gonna try to be more polarized. Low size. We are not wrapping ace here, wrapping hand like pocket pair. Now I'm gonna go with the bigger size. Let's see here. Go bigger. Really good turn for our range, so we're gonna keep betting. I'm gonna check the river. Check call, check fold a lot, so he's gonna fold the ace high here. He's gonna basically continue with pairs. He's gonna have 7x in his range. He's folding really a lot, and he did check call once with queens in this spot. We're gonna have so many bluffs here. I just can't check here the 8-9. I'm blocking the 9, so I'm just gonna bet it. If he's having like aces and queens, he can have it, but we are just bluffing too much in this spot. If I'm checking here, I'm just always bluffing. I just need to bet here because I'm gonna have like 9, 10, 10 jack. I'm gonna have many 6x's. Okay, we're gonna overbet some of them, but we just need to have we just need to bet in. If he's having an overpair play like this, it's gonna happen and it's his. Look at this, it's 5%, nothing, 5%, nothing. I think we just don't want to call this against him. And look at this. And what can you do here? You got two fishes, and this is never 3-bet in his life, and we get a king queen suited, and I need to fold it. So sick. So sick. what the guy had. He bet a flop, this guy folded probably, or that's what happened. Okay, this guy's opening really a lot. King 4 is a defend. Cricket is calling again. Look at these stats. He's like calling really weak here. Like good, like pocket pairs and Broadway suited, and that's it. I'm splitting my range in that type that I'm calling on button, half of suited aces, half of broadways, half of suited connectors, half of gappers. So I just have like every possible hand, good hand in position when flatting, and people just call like 4-5%, and I think that's not enough. You don't have a board coverage for many boards, so I call like even ace queen, ace jack off type of hand, sometimes king queen off, mixing with three betting and folding just to have like every possible. It's not every possible, I'm not calling 100%, but every like playable option. So I'm gonna have straights, I'm gonna have trips, I'm gonna have, and if you like flatting only like hand like this, you don't want, you will not have that opportunity. So betting 1/3 on this board. Okay, call here. Raise it up on the turn. Let's see what I had. Okay. We are against 50% of the range. I'm still thinking about one hand I misplayed, that eights. I think the step on the bet on the turn is really good, but that river play, I think it's a fold. I think it's a check, not bluff. You're bluffing way too much if you're bluffing eights there. I think that was a bad hand. Because eights, realistically, and even on that 9 river, I didn't like it, especially on that 9 river. Just because, I mean, if the river was 8, I would say the same. I don't like the play. Because he's gonna always call Jack 10 on the step on the turn, us donking on the turn after we check the flop. So I don't like the play. Even the step is really good because you have all the ace queen. Donk, not step. It's good, but I think it was a misplay, definitely misplay. I'm gonna bet smaller here. King 9 will be mixed between 3-betting and calling. We have a big fish here, so we're gonna listen. So this guy has 63% c-bet out of position. He should c-bet here like 30 to 40%. He's definitely over c-betting. I think we can bet small here. Just based on the range, because we have all the straights. We have eights. We have 7-6 suited, so it's okay. I'm not going to turn 9x into a bluff here. Even really good card for us. So if we are having like ace-4 of clubs, it's really good to continue bluffing. But king-9, I'm just go to showdown. Okay. But really good card for us to bluff. Fold here against pretty tight range. Doesn't look good, I think. It doesn't look good at all. I'm gonna do it just to make it okay. So now open, fold here. My sister is waking up for work. Again, we're gonna be less polarized in this spot, like this. We're gonna mix it a bet in the turn. And bet in the river. Okay, we are a little bit deeper here, so I'm gonna have a more different type of the range, not gonna be like really polarized like I am usually. I don't think that he has any chance here of betting the river because I'm jamming tens. We have like all the 5x here. that I'm betting with this small of the size, so I don't think he can successfully bluff us. I'm gonna finish, play 3 hands and then finish. Because I know that this guy doesn't ever have a slow play there and doesn't have any, because he's like stabbing really a lot, he's stabbing all the pairs, and that's the reason why I know that, and I know he's not calling thin enough, so if I'm jamming I know he's not gonna call light, and we're gonna have all the 5x hands. We can turn worse hands into bluff, but against this type I would just shove. Okay. Fold here. Okay. We're gonna see each other fast. I'm gonna stream here in Germany while I'm here, so we're gonna play. You're gonna see me playing. You're gonna see me playing regular tables. If you want to know the results, you can check it out by clicking results here or just going to notcaddyedge.com, and my profile is under about us, so you can see the scores I had. You can also, if you're interested to see it, you can ask me and we can go to him and see it. We can also see the hands. We can see the sessions that we had. We can also show you the stats I have playing with the program and without the program. So on Zoom we played really tight. We played 26-22. With the programs I'm playing 31-26 on the regular tables. Here on NL200 we are, and even on NL100 we played with MTT. So when I played like 1-2 tables of MTT, I added the cash tables. So that's why I didn't have a full focus, but the results are okay. And I'm gonna show you the difference because when I can use the program, I play much better when I have the stats and understanding of how people play, and that's why the reason why on the Zoom I just couldn't use that information because I didn't have them. Okay, thank you, and be back for seeing me playing more. We're gonna play 200, we're gonna play 400, we're gonna play also 500 here, not Zoom 500 but 500 normal tables. When we are doing well on 200, when I got to 100k hands, I'm gonna go to 500 here, just to have all the samples to document it. That's why I'm playing 200 now. When I finish with the 200, I'm gonna play 500 here, and that's it. So goodbye guys, and see you.